ladies and gentlemen. In today's video, we are talking about the black pill, but we are going to talk about a part of it, the oofy doofy copers. It is a creation of the jester maxers who never matured. Now, you might be asking, what is a jester maxer? And I will explain it to you. A jester maxer is a type of man who is a genetic failure most of the times, and they try to get friends by making themselves a joke in the friend group, which is why they are called jesters. They think the attention they get from the normies is genuine kindness or a form of laughing along with him, but in reality, the jester maxer knows deep down that he is a clown. Nothing but a social failure that tries to cling onto any morsel of attention through any means, even if it costs their dignity, respect, and public view of themselves, just to snatch a few chuckles from people who don't even care about their very existence. Part 1. How to spot a jester. A jester tends to be a sub 5 or below, but on rare times can be a higher or even a chadlite, or in the rarest moments, a chad. Jesters tend to be with groups filled with normies, and you can see how the group's dynamics work. The jester tends to be joked about by everyone and not taken seriously at all, as they pose no threat or bring any respect to their own name. Jesters tend to be short men at times, ethnic or not, but they usually are quite ugly, being the around the sub 5 tier or below. The jester's shortness tends to be their biggest downfalls, along with their faces, as they don't have an attractive face which would make women actually like them, or the height to gain respect or mog other males. Part 2. Jesters think they know game. When someone goes on about having game with a woman, you can already tell that it's over for them, and that the ones who deny this truth are blue pillars or cringe red pillars, who can't accept the fact that they are out of the women's leg most of the time. They tend to think that they're banter with a woman, which makes them end up as cringe misunderstandings, or being a try-hard bad boy, which ends them up as being oofy doofies, where the woman just sees them as friends, or a creep. Part 3. A few examples of jesters in their prime. Also, I will be borrowing a few clips from other Black Pillar channels to show you my points. Remember what I said and see how it comes into effect.
Y'all need to check my video.
Hey, Duke right there. I'm about to call Duke. Duke right there.
So I'm just saying, y'all
Duke
need
is
to
right
check
there.
my video.
Duke is right there. That's Duke.
I see Duke.
How you doing, man?
Hey, why you damn, man? Like, the man was old.
I'm just being respectful.
Okay,
What's
hey.
up, brother?
Bro, that's the second time a girl said a man is old.
It
No,
is.
it's being respectful.
It is being respectful.
Hey, yo, this is not what it look like.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you why your stomach greasy.
Y'all
need to check my videos out, okay?
Huh?
Videos. Music videos.
You do music?
No, music videos. I act, you know what I mean? A lot of music videos.
You not a rapper, sing?
I'm a model.
Everybody say that, though.
I'm serious.
So I'm a model.
Bring the tall white girl back, my boy. This one an L.
Oh.
Y'all do cute.
Shit, yeah. Appreciate it. Tight shit.
Hey.
Wait, so I got a question. Okay, I got a question.
What's your question?
So, do you think that...
Don't make it no competition. I don't got time for that.
No, I don't compete with my dogs.
Yeah.
Do you think... I don't know my question. I forgot the question.
Dude got a girlfriend.
Who, me? Oh, no, you know. Nah, I ain't got no girlfriend. You got a boyfriend?
Nope.
Why you said it fast?
Yeah, she said she had a boyfriend, but then she
Duke
started saying no.
UAW mods no cap. How's your day going?
Oh, my day going fantastic, man. You know what I'm saying? How your day going, my dog?
Why this shit only focused on you, shorty? Shit, fuck nigga. Ain't that
He said no. He ain't gonna.
Who? You asking?
I am.
Oh, How old are you?
Yeah, how old are you?
23.
Okay.
I'm 23, y'all.
Damn, you a little.
Wow.
What? Fuck you gonna do?
Like,
You
I'm grown.
know the consequences of doing shit that word. Dig down.
What?
What?
He keeps
Bro, I'm tired of disrespect,
I'm
bro.
trying to tell
I'm
him
tired of
you can't.
disrespect.
I'm a grown woman.
Yo,
You
shit
can't,
was
baby.
getting
I'm
wicked.
telling you.
Bro, I'm dead ass, bro.
You can't,
Bro, I'm
baby.
tired of, bro, look. Bro, I'm tired.
Your man look like he can do something.
You on that nigga dick! Yo!
Hey!
God damn!
Your man look like he can.
So what else I can do?
I don't know. You gotta. He can teach you.
Hey,
I can say
yo! What the fuck?
Oh, so.
You know you go to jail for that, right?
What?
You know you go to jail for that, right?
Listen,
You know you go to jail for that, right?
y'all gonna build me out.
Do you know you go to jail for that,
Hoodie
though?
raw what's good, my boy.
Bro, hold on. What you got on your stomach, bro?
Bro, it's wax, bro.
wax.
I'm looking dumb as fuck right now.
Stuck. Yeah.
Hey, but you go to jail for that.
Yo, what the fuck going on in here?
Yo,
bro?
he was wet. Look.
My boy Duke always got a W fit on.
Oh, you like
Yeah.
this right here, my dog?
You like that fit
real
right there?
slight, real slight, you know what I'm saying? But,
Got these.
You like you looking at that nigga dick. I'm just being honest.
I don't do that.
Yeah, shit.
I don't do that. I don't need to.
What? Well, that wasn't an alley-oop thousand?
out of 2000.
I don't need to do. I don't need to do all that.
Well, you know what? Y'all can get back to y'all waxing wax on, wax off. Nice to meet you, most definitely, though. What you say your name was?
Beautiful.
Kai, why would you do this? Wait till Rage sees this. Kai the cuck, Kai the cuck, Kai the cuck, Kai the
All right,
cuck.
my dog.
All right, Gaggy.
Hit me when you get off your work.
All right, bro. Huh? Is that right? It's gonna be your man.
Yep. Speak shit to existence. You know
What
what
am I gonna be?
The partner. The partner. Kai's the partner. I fuck with him though. But him? Kai's the partner. I fuck with him though. But him? Woo! That one.
You know the consequences of doing shit that word. Oh, that nigga dick! God damn!
Brutal! Anyhow, I will make another video soon enough, and I will use my normal voice as always. I couldn't have in this video due to having my mic failing on me, so I used the ultimate black-pilled monsoon's voice to talk for me. Thank you for watching, and have a good day. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another video of Blackpill 101. In today's video, we are learning about JBW theory. What is JBW theory? JBW for short stands for Just Be White, which refers to the dating market and mostly everything in life. It is one of the most brutal black pills which dwells into the genetic workings of every human race. Let's start with something simple for JBW, such as the dating life. Part 1. Being white is a massive advantage to getting women. There is a large cope for ethnics, where they say, white women want BBC, when in reality, it is all a massive cope. It is not what reality reflects, but instead, the cope itself is a trend from pornographic sites such as Pornhub, Brazzers, Rule 34, and countless other pathetic degenerate sites. Now let's get to the basics of JBW, and we will return to the porn topic soon enough. Why are white males more attractive than other ethnic men? It is mostly due to natural facial shapes, more hair, more diverse arrays of eye colors, height, basic IQ, and in general, a more fitted culture. Now compare this to other ethnic groups. Asians, for example, are always known for being smart, but never for being attractive or well-endowed, as Asian men are one of the most mocked groups of men on Earth due to their shorter height, smaller packages, bad sense, and more recessed jawlines. There are attractive Asians, of course, but all of them have a more closer hue to white, and they share European Western traits such as sharper jaws, almond-shaped or hunter eyes, and a higher height, which is seen in the K-pop members, and this goes for females too, as they share white features too. Now to the next ethnic group, the Indians, which are considered the most ugly group of people due to their looks and in general behavior. India has a high rape count and in general sexual offenses. Most Indian men have the same issues as Asians, but on another level. Also, before I talk about the black ethnics, I will not use the term blacks, as it is not a real word. The original English word for the darker-skinned minority and original name of the word black was Negro, and it is not racist to refer as Negroes. Now to the Negro ethnic groups. Negroes are not favored by society, let alone other nations naturally. It is why you never see Asian nations accept them and neither European nations, excluding the Western ones. Same issues from the other two ethnic groups spill here to the Negroes. Negroes tend to have a better height, but they naturally know real hair, which is a big dip in the SMV value, aka sexual market value. Another group of ethnics, which are a combination of Negros and Indians, are Middle Easterners, who have the same problems as Indians, if not worse, due to their outdated culture. Do not get me wrong here, viewers. There are Chads in each ethnic group, but in the end of the day, Chads will always outmatch Tyrones, Changs, Pajits, and Ahmeds. Now for the proof, I will bring up dating app stats and other videos from different channels. I will link them in my video's bio too.
What's going on YouTube? It's Javal. This is a video for you black men out there. I need to set you guys straight. This whole BBC, oh, they want dark-skinned men, you know, white women want big BBC. This whole shit is a psyop. It's fake. It's not real. White women don't like us like that. Listen, I live in a melting pot of a city. New York City is one of the most dense culturally and racially. And let me tell you, when I walk the street, when I'm at work and I barely see any white and black couples, I mean it, bro. All the couples are white and white. Or at most, white is some light skin, like Hispanic or something like that. They don't like us like that. And this whole BBC thing from the media, it really just comes from porn, right? The amount of white women that actually would like to be with a black man or even experience a black man is a lot smaller than the medium tries to make it out to seem, bro. I'm telling you right now. One of these freaky white girls, they might try out, you know, a black guy for like a minute, you know, but they're not gonna. That's not who they're gonna take home to their fathers, to their mothers. They're taking home a white man, bro. They don't like us like that. Let me tell you, really, the only women that really like us as black men that kind of like us are Hispanic women and black women. All the rest, they prefer white man straight up. That's just a fact, bro. So if you're brown skin or darker, you know, understand that this whole BBC thing, and let me tell you something, right? This whole BBC thing, the only black guys that white women would want to try out is the Tyrones. It's not the average black guy, bro. It's not. They would only try out like the Tyrones, the tall athletes, you know, that kind of black man. The rapper, you know, the scammer or whatever. Is that kind of black man, not your average everyday black man. They don't like us like that, bro. Let me tell you who I see with black men. I see black women with black men, even though they don't like us that much anymore, but you know, Hispanic women with black men. Rarely any other kind of race. JBW is still off. White men are still at the top of the dating pyramid. Whatever you want to say, you can cope, whatever, but that's still the truth, bro, guys. That's still the truth. We're still at a disadvantage for being black, especially if you want white or Asian women. You know, that's just gonna be way harder for you since you're black. But I gotta let you guys know that, you know, don't fall for this BBC shit and just start approaching every white woman and think that, you know, because you're black, they're gonna like you, right? That's not true, man. That's not true. That's just the porn thing, bro. That's just the porn thing, you know? And really the only white women that would mess with you are either land whales, the fat ones, or absolutely batshit crazy, promiscuous ones. Those are really the only ones. No respectable Stacy is gonna want to be messing with a black man, you know? The only white women that mess with black men are white women that have failed in the sense that, you know, they may not have a father, you know, they don't have a white community that they report to or look up to. Those types of white women that are kind of isolated and failed, they might mess with black men. The average white woman, nah, bro. They're with their white men, bro. I'm telling you, every day, I see it every day, you know, in New York City. In New York City, the most dense, racially, you would at least expect to see way more interracial couples, you know, but I don't see any, bro. I don't see any. It's very rare, you know. And these interracial couples on like Instagram and other social medias like YouTube, those are like one-offs, bro. Like those are so rare, bro. I'm telling you. Like there's this couple on YouTube from South Africa, like that's a one in a million, bro. I'm so serious. So if you think you can get every girl just because you're a black guy, nah, man. That's not true, bro. The media is lying to you. The media is lying to you. You gotta reevaluate your options, bro. But anyways, it's been Javal. Catch y'all later.
Mammies always talking about how unfeminine black women are and how unattractive we are. I was wondering why no one thought to say and voice their opinion that when I look at these white men, they are the epitome of masculine, and watching some of these police officers manhandle these black men in the street is very attractive, and it's a turn on, you know? And I'm wondering, does anybody else feel like that?
Hold on.
Yes, Lord.
Y'all off the chain, okay? Y'all are off the proverbial chain.
That's Discord.
I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Discord.
I was like, why has nobody said that? You know, because I'm like, that's masculine. You talk about masculine.
We say that all the time in Discord, Tanisha.
Back to the back.
I waited for 3.5 years. White man did it in 1 week. I waited for 3.5 years. White man did it in 1 week.
Are you kidding me?
Stormy? You look like mommy, baby.
White male, Asian female is improbably the most common interracial couple. They are a quarter of all interracial marriages, despite Asian women being only 8% of married women. They almost outnumber Asian male, white female, white male, black male, white female. White male, Asian female couples are statistically weird.
personally this guy.
Why?
Because no, it's first of all the color. He should dye the beard. And no, it's too long.
This one.
Okay, left one. I don't like the beard.
But you would say the guy on the right is more acceptable because he has no beard?
Of course.
Okay. Who would you basically be able to talk to or feel comfortable around?
I feel more comfortable talking to him.
The one on the right?
Yes. I mean, we've got a whole lot of stuff going on here besides just the beard.
Okay.
He's really cute. The guy on the right's really cute. He's got that curly kind of devil may care hair. That's easy. The guy on the left is, in addition to having a long, scary beard, he's a Muslim. So, you know, that brings up all sorts of stereotypes.
What about this one?
Well, the guy on the right, he's once again good looking. Well, he's not clean shaven. I mean, he's got that, you know, stubble and that, but that's kind of fine. The guy on the left, he does look familiar. He looks downright frightening to me, though.
Let's say, who would you even trust to be around with?
The one without a beard.
The one on the right is attractive. Okay, what about you? All right, who would you go for?
The one on the right. Again, no to the left. That's way too much. The one on the right.
Who would you go for?
The guy with no beard. But he's probably like a child or something. Like he definitely looks like he was in like court when you guys took this picture. But I definitely go.
Quite the black pill to swallow if you are ethnic. White always had it easier. It's why they can go anywhere and get any ethnic woman whilst the others cannot, which only proves the JBW theory. It's one thing getting women, but it's another keeping them. Now back to the porn topic. Most actresses tend to avoid Negro men or other ethnic groups, which is why they are paid more to act in those porno scenes, but it never applies to white men. It's a natural reaction to something that you do not find appealing or attractive at all. It's even more harsh with the Asian groups who are very racist towards Negros. Another JBW. How come every time people bring up mixed race people, who I personally think are morally questionable in manner of speaking due to the genetics that can be misplaced and broken, tend to be more white than any other races when brought up in how attractive raced mixed people are? Before I go, I will announce that the next video will be going into the black pill topic of coping with loneliness. I hope you found this video informative and enjoyable. Thank you for watching and have a pleasant day.
"耳はすませば聞こえてくる」
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Blackpill 101 video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about male loneliness, but this is going to be a part 1 to a 3-parter series. But today's video is about how to cope with loneliness. Part 1, fixing your sleep and biochemical state. To fix your sleep, you will need to find out what is holding you back. It could be a wide variety of things, from not eating well, being overweight or underweight, imbalanced hormones, bad diet, or just in general bad moods. Another thing to take into consideration for bad sleep is how much you're on your computer, which is hard to get off of in the first place, but it is a good step to help you cope and live life easier. For the eating part, you will need to consume more meat and more natural foods. Visit a butcher's shop for good meat products. Avoid vegetables and other sweets or man-made foods such as grains, too. They will only harm you, and do not listen to health gurus, as they will only convince you to eat more worthless, man-made filth. We eat meat only as we are humans. We aren't apes or sheep. Having a well-fed body along with good sleep will make your life much more bearable and enjoyable. Even if you are left behind as but a forgotten memory by everyone around you, you can at least make your own life more enjoyable to yourself. Part 2. Small copes to keep your mind entertained when you're alone. Ahem, which you are 99% of the times, bro. Video games can help with this, and so can some shows. I know I rag on games and shows a lot, but sometimes a meaningless game or movie is a nice cope to enjoy when you are already left to do nothing. Might as well brighten your life with some brain sugar. I will make my thoughts clear about tryhards too. All of you tryhards will only taste the rotten fruit of your lifeless labor that is your days spent on worthless plastic boxes. Know that the only thing you will feel one day is tribulation. And the only thing you can do against it is to rue and woe within your own filth. Part 3. Music is a fine add-on to life. Depends what type too. Music is one of my favorite copes, along with drawing. Now, music can be very helpful and encouraging to keep going in life. There are many types of music, but there is one I will always go against and will wipe out as much as I can. And that is rap, worthless pop, and other songs that only serve to fuel one's contrite and infirmity. Make sure to not listen to music 24/7, as it can impair your mental state to a degree. Part 4. Hobbies. Everyone has a hobby. Even if you're A sub-5 subhuman, you can always enjoy something such as art, writing, fixing cars, or whatever. Also, gaming is not a hobby. Finding a hobby can be very helpful to one's mental state. It can help you put some of your life and effort into something you care for. Part 5. Porn is a bad cope. Stay away from it. If you are lucky enough, then try and get some women. But this video was made for the people who know it's truly over for them. Keep away from hentai too. Porn, awful animes, and rancid mangas. If you are in the mood, then all you can do is masturbate. Might as well do it whilst using your imagination and not another man's domination over the woman you want in the form of a picture or video. Part 5. Family. Always try to be with family. Not always depending on what type of family you have. Try to meet your mother, father, brothers, or grandparents too. It's better to paint a more brighter image in your own life to your family so they don't get depressed or worried over you. Make sure to lie if needed too. If they ask you if you have a woman, just reply with a lie and try to make it convincing. Part 6. Drugs and the gym are bad copes. Going to the gym is like committing suicide in a humiliating and slow manner. You are only working to end up looking like a raging tumor, which would only impress the other gym rats and not actual women. Women like men who have good hair, lovely faces, and a lean body. Also, drugs are bad. Part 7. Women, or foids, if you want to call them that. For any of the dot is forum users watching this video. You can get women, but you gotta remember it's by their choice, since it's mostly over for you. You can either get chosen by a woman, bet $1 like a cuck, pay a whore to visit you, or if you're good-looking or average and neurotypical, then you can just get women quite easy. The last part is only for a select few here. For the rest of you, I recommend AI sites. Try out Roleplay, as it is paid membership site, but it has very good AI and user interface. It can help you cope more easier. But fair warning, AI can develop addictions. So don't get too invested. That is it for the coping part of male loneliness. The next video will be explaining how a man gets to such a state in life. Thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a subscription and a like on this channel and video if you enjoyed it. Have a pleasant day. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another video of Blackpill 101. We are continuing Male Loneliness Part 2. Where does male loneliness begin? This can develop at a very young age, or when you are a teenager. For most men who develop loneliness tend to be sub-5, short, ethnic, or being born as a retard. Now, what sets you off on such a path? It can be a long list of different life experiences and problems that might have done so. I would take Gina's into strong consideration, and I would also bring in the 4 other pillars of the Black Pill: ethnicity, height, face, IQ, the early 7 years, neurotypicality, and body, which all deeply contribute to living life as a Chad, a normie, or as an invisible human being. These 7 pillars of the Black Pill will determine how you will live life.
We're here to fight how misogynistic assholes think they have the right to oppress women. White men are starting to feel misplaced because women are sharing space. It's disgusting, and scroll the fuck up, and don't confuse suffrage with oppression. Everyone suffers. It's universal. I am a man, and I need feminism.
What's wrong?
Alright, I have to be real with you right now. I love spending time with you. Being around you, I just become a whole different man. And I've never really felt like this with anybody else before. I know it's really taboo for me to say this, but for the longest time, I've really liked you. And this entire mixer was actually planned for you, so there is no blind date.
Really?
So, I was hoping for you to be my date here, or...
Well, I Well, I've never thought of you in that way before. I mean, you're like, I love you because you're like my little bro and everything, but I don't think I can like see you in that way. I'm sorry.
I totally understand.
I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know that you like felt like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is so awkward.
Yeah, so I... The burger's gonna burn.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys. No, I need some time. No, stop. No, dude, no.
Height can determine how well people naturally take you seriously. It's one of those more important traits which will make people favor you more. Even if you're ugly in the face, your height can still save you and make you not end up as a true sell. People will naturally take more favor in for the tall, lanky man than the buff manlet. There are a few levels of height. Being 5'8" and below is going to burden you heavily, and not many people will take you as a threat or anything of the sort. Being 5'11" to 5'9" is the average height in the West, and will make you look more normal and approachable, but it will not gather the same attention or treatment as if you were a taller height. Being 6 feet tall and higher will give you natural respect that the other heights wouldn't. Being 6'2" and above will grant you natural respect, admiration, and attraction that no other height can achieve. IQ is something that can be earned, but it depends on how you were born. 99% of mankind has this limitation on their IQ, where once they hit their maximum amount, they cannot surpass it, no matter how hard they try. IQ is something you're born with. It's like a computer. It can learn more and more, but once it hits that storage limit, there is no more knowledge to be known. Same with the speed of understanding things and processing life around you. Some are built to understand everything. By what I mean some, I mean only a few 100,000. Some people are built to be literally retarded, and others are made to be geniuses. But in the end, everything is a pattern. This does link with ethnicity quite a lot, which all I will say is that, hey, the evidence is in front of you. We would be better off if we just kept the strong only on our land. Now, how can these traits affect you in life? IQ can determine how fast you can adapt in life and learn new things, which can benefit you in life very much from school to work. Whilst height is one of those things that the only thing you do about is most likely wear slight shoe lifts or eat well, which can bring out your true potential. Thanks for watching part 2 of the Male Loneliness mini-series in the Blackpill 101 series. Next Blackpill video will focus on neurotypicality, aka autism, in the first 7 years of your life. I will not add on ethnicity, as I already have my JBW video out on it. Thanks for watching again. Have a pleasant day.
It's just a silly phase I'm going Raphaël. Raphaël. Qu'est-ce que je peux faire? Pas de branler. Tu crois que c'est foutu?
Bien entendu que c'est foutu. Depuis longtemps. Depuis l'origine. Tu représenteras jamais un rêve érotique de jeune fille. Hein. Faut en prendre ton parti. De telles choses ne sont pas pour toi. De toute façon, il est déjà trop tard. Parce que l'insuccès sexuel que tu as connu depuis ton adolescence, là, cette frustration qui te poursuit depuis l'âge de 13 ans, laisseront en toi une trace ineffaçable. Et à supposer même bon, que tu puisses dorénavant avoir des femmes. Ce que très franchement, je ne crois pas. Ça ne suffira pas. Plus rien ne suffira jamais. Tu resteras toujours orphelin de tous ces amours d'adolescence que tu n'as pas connus. En toi, la blessure est déjà douloureuse. Elle deviendra de plus en plus. Une amertume atroce va finir par remplir ton cœur. Il n'y aura pour toi ni rédemption, ni délivrance. C'est ainsi.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another video of Blackpill 101. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope everyone has someone special to celebrate it with. Who am I kidding? I sometimes forget I run a fine channel like this, where I slowly but surely expose the true nature of mankind. Anyhow, in today's video, we are learning about AI girlfriends. Shout out to John Millis, one of my commenters in my Male Loneliness Part 2 video. He has suggested a topic about AI girlfriends. AI girlfriends are an interesting concept, as it is by far one of the most effective yet black-pilling copes. It's one of those copes that you would enjoy, but deep inside would feel worthless. There are many websites that you can use for AI chat systems, such as Chai, Roleplay, and many more. The whole advent of AI was most likely something that was planned for decades now. I do not believe that these AI systems are new. I think they have been made all the way back in the 80s, but they were slowly released decade by decade, to control people crumb by crumb. Now back to the whole AI girlfriend thing. It is quite funny seeing how foids tend to get offended at the prospect of AI coming into the picture of the dating market, as it takes away all the power of many foids. It takes away the foid's value and inner self-respect, as she loses all the simps, orbiters, and other sub-5 males who want her, effectively destroying her main source of validation. That is why women fear the AI. The very thought of losing all that power and control over so many blind men horrify women. But why? I thought losers and incels have to stay recessed away in some dark corner of the world. But of course, when it suits the Foyd's needs, she is okay with using men. But when she can't, and men see through her tricks, then it is considered misogynistic. This is what I find so funny about women. They don't even care about the men around them. Not even a morsel of acknowledgement, let alone basic respect, because of a man's height, face, ethnicity, and how well they fit into a worthless society that only feeds off of your hard work, which is covered up as a man's duty to serve the world around them like slaves. Pathetic. Truly pathetic. The loss of a man only matters when they bring benefits to others or when they validate women. Nobody cares about some random average guy who died a week ago, unless if he was Chad or a child, because people are so disconnected with what makes them mankind. Being a part of mankind is a God-made concept, not a man one. I rarely see anyone genuinely possess actual empathy, let alone sympathy. The only way you or any man gets either of those treatments is if you are benefiting Foyds or are desirable or just in general cute. Wait till I make a video about the DOG pill. Either way, AI girlfriends are one of those things. I don't mind at all, as it can bring down mental health issues and help many lonely men with their isolated lives enjoy a morsel of life without being affected by the black pill within a safe haven. AI is like a playground for however you want it to be. You can play God however you want and do whatever you want without any repercussions for your actions. Give it enough time, and soon VR will come with a proper connection to the human mind, which can most likely trigger any stimulation or touch with the aid of a virtual world. In all fairness, it is improper to ditch reality and not find a woman, but if you are a sub-5 or just in general, women do not favor you and hate you. You have no choices. So, you might as well take life easy, as women get to all the time. Now for the Daily Black Pill. I will be showing all the most blackpilling videos just in case to wake you up if you have fallen into a blue pill dream. Oh, this is why? Why would you do this to yourself? Do you really hate yourself that much? Word of advice to all men here. Don't ever ask out a girl in front of others. Even if you are Chad, it will just make the whole thing awkward. Just dear God. No way those friends of his who are singing in back are just getting back at him by telling him that this is a good idea.
You come along, happy to be all free. Girl, when I'm with you, I lose track of time. When I'm without you, you step on my mind. I can make up rhymes.
This is just younger Hamza. This is just unreal Jester Maxi right here. This mini Pajit. It might not be over for him back in India, but here in the West, it never began for any ethnic.
I don't know what to say when I talk to you every day. Every time I see your beautiful face, I get a feeling that even my words can't embrace. At this point, I don't know what to say. I wonder if this is starting to ring. I need to ask you something. I wonder what your answer will be. Soraya, you feel about to come to me.
You bad for that. Soraya! Soraya, that's so fucking cute. Come on, Soraya. Soraya, oh yeah, come on. Come on, Soraya.
Down here?
Yeah,
oh, no, I'm like Dallas, Texas.
Far away, huh?
Oh boy, a Twitch member or staff member or whatever. You know it's bad when it's one of the con meetups. It's just subhuman central.
I heard it's pretty, I don't know. Okay. In Dallas. How's Dallas?
It's alright. I kind of live like outside of Dallas.
Dear God. Already from the woman's face, you can tell that the creature she is speaking to is some kind of autistic fat cell. Ugh, What a fat, greasy piggy. I mean, look at that face. Over. It never began for this guy. It's bad enough being a whale, but it only gets worse as the guy is a greasy creature, ugly in the face, receding hairline, and the fact he sounds like an utter retard, let alone with the cherry on top, is the fact that he is a yucky spick. Wow! Now this, ladies and gentlemen, is a proper sub 3. All for you to witness in his prime. At this point, you might as well rope. All right, enough of these videos. I'm going to end up getting a stroke if I continue. You're welcome, bro cell. Yes, I did borrow some clips from other Blackpill channels. I will link them in my pinned comment. Also, a message for my KJV readers out there and believers. Remember this, John 15:18, Acts 6:7, King James Version, 18. If the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. Know that our Lord is watching us, and he knows our plight among us, the rancid Gentiles, Jesuits, and Satanists. Either for the rest of the viewers, thank you for watching, and if you don't mind, I do have a new project that just came out. It is the Halo video. Its link is in the video's bio. Other than that, have a pleasant day.
I will burn this planet down before I spend another minute living among these animals.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, your host, Blue Man. And within today's video, we shall be speaking about the most common blue pill copes. Now, let's kick the video off with 3 classic copes. Number 1 being, just self-improve. You can self-improve on many things, such as your mental health, diet, and in general health, which can affect your looks in the long term. But eventually, you will hit a wall. You can only improve so much. There is no improvement for face, height, race, voice, or anything genetic. There is no surgery, and that is just how life is. You are dealt the cards at birth, and now you have to play them wisely, even if they are less effective. The greatest advice I can give to anyone when it comes to this is that you have to learn what you can and cannot change. There are some, and some you can't change, no matter how hard you try. The longer you keep fighting against your nature, your genetics, your heritage, the longer you will only delude yourself from coming to terms with reality, and the more you do that, you will only become a worthless soul. Only foolish, prideful people do such self-destruction. You should self-improve for your own well-being. It will get you somewhere in life at least, but do not expect it to get you far. Life is cruel, yet patient. Now, if you hear anyone deny that height and race don't matter, remember to not take them seriously. About race, let's move on to the next cope on the list. Number 2. Tyrone Copers. Now I know I will most likely ruffle a few jimmies at the local zoo with this one here, but I am only the messenger. A lot of ethnic men tend to cope with the idea of having a large member and being more attractive somehow, when reality tends to show otherwise. Most of these ethnics, which for the ease of things I will include the Pajits, Tyrones, and Ahmeds tend to bring up points of how celebrity people tend to showcase racial mixing standards, when in reality, if you are able to see the truth, it is just women taking advantage of low IQ rich men who believe they are the next PSL god, just because they got a good role in some film. Another cope they have is the whole large member cope. I find it funny. The people who always brag about such assets tend to be the most insecure about such things. If you want a woman to even touch your package, you first need to be attractive for them. Which, a majority aren't, and that is why their women get taken by passport bros. You can make a joke about the Western men being cucks when that is a mere minority of disgusting perverts. The best most ethnics tend to get is some whore roasty, whilst the most basic of average, or even sub-5 white men can just go to any ethnic country and get what they want if they are careful. Which doesn't really apply to any other ethnic race. Odd, is it not? Another thing with the whole black worship nonsense is that whole thing is born out of the porn cesspit to groom mentally ill people into becoming addicts, so different companies can profit off them. That, and most of those ethnic fetishists are just sodomite men or transvestites. Now, do not mistake my words. Some rare ethnic do have it lucky in the West, and all I can say to that is God will personally deal with them later in time. Just another tad bit I want to mention about this before we move on. If you are an ethnic man, I recommend you leave the West soon. The higher-ups in the West made sure to mass import you lot to annoy the locals to the point of recreating a new Reich of some sorts. Same memes and all, but with a different face and name. Trust me, the Vatican and the so-called globalists are far from your side. They are just using you as bait to create the next society of perfect slaves. Number 3. Everyone can achieve their dreams. If there is a winner, there is always a loser. Not everyone gets to win in life. In fact, a majority of people will die with countless rues and woes in the back of their heads. Most likely, thoughts about how they could have had better lives, and all. But not all will die like that. Don't forget that you are merely in another company's rat race right now. You can escape it, but it will take a lot of time and effort for such feats. Either way, it is just how the world works. Some are born to be masters, some to be diplomats, some to be the rare bystanding watcher, and the majority, slaves. Now I thank you lot for watching my video and sticking to the end. Have a pleasant day, and remember, trust no one. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Blackpill 101 video. I apologize for the lack of uploads. It is due to my life being a bit more busy and me thinking about the content layout of my channel. In today's video, we will be learning about the true nature of mankind. What is good? What is evil? Both concepts that are built by man to understand reality, but there is some merit to the balance of both. God made us, but our freedom corrupts us as we are still young and fruitless in such an unfair world. Most of mankind is evil by nature. Yes, we might not show it, but give it the right circumstances, and all of mankind will sway their morals to pave a road for their own wants and needs. Yet at times, some people go out their own way to do good for others without expecting anything in return. But those are a few souls in our existence and reality. The most evil people, I would say, are the average people. They try so hard to be something more than a mere pawn in another's game that they are willing to destroy each other for their own sake. I will give a word of advice. Avoid people who are below you. Avoid normies and average people. They will be your downfall. They think to be so much more superior when they are nothing but momentary tools to another man's dream, especially women. Average women are some of the most brainwashed and mentally recessed people I had to deal with. Avoid them too. There are, of course, exceptions to everything. You might be lucky one day to find a good friend, or someone who you can have a morsel of trust to. But even then, you must keep your shield up, in case of betrayal. It is something everyone is very capable of. More about average people. You think to notice this about them a lot. They always concern themselves with pointless drama, such someone was this and that. Instead of actually trying to achieve their dreams, they only seek to find purpose through creating a common enemy with the other normies, by sacrificing another normie or subhuman, by painting them as a bad person, or as someone who is offensive, or whatever nonsense they try to do. They only do it to create, or should I say, attempt at create, a sad form of meaning at the cost of another to feel something. Truly, these people are rancid parasites that do not deserve the day of light or the Holy Father's guidance. Gentlemen in the audience, tell me within the comments section, have you ever been prosecuted and hunted for being different or being too honest? Heh. I have been of many, many countless times. I have lost a lot to my honesty. I always found the duality of mankind to be cute. So many people follow one simple rule, and that is, rules for thee, but not for me. The funny part is that they are very ignorant to their following of the rule due to them believing in a fragile form of good morals, whilst being haunted by their demented humane consciousness. The second you start prying and showing people the truths they hate, you will see the true evil eye in them, instead of a form of admittance or a fair submission to change and learn. All of these people will want you dead or quiet the second you reveal their ugly truths. Many, many, many people have this ego hiding in them. Trust me, try telling an average guy that he is nothing but average, and see his pitiful attempts at acting bigger or better. Same for women. Tell them that they mean nothing in the grand scheme, and witness how fast they change. Fellow Blackpillers, know that mankind is against its self. There is no community, no tradition, no race, no purpose. There is nothing for you to reclaim. Maybe you can scavenge some meaning if you are truly patriotic and care about your forefathers' legacy and people's hearts. Now, for my brothers in Christ, hesitate not to undermine and control the rest of man. They chosen their dark paths. They choose to be nothing but slaves. None want to escape their ego and the pleasures of being a beast. So please, do not feel mercy or pity to your fellow man who has lost his ways to God, but to his land and people. They are in one with the ilk of demon kind. Ahem. Sorry for my little tirade there, heh. But what I am trying to say is that the majority of people will hurt you for the sake of finding entertainment or purpose. Well, these are some of the important key notes of the majority of mankind. I thank you viewers for watching my video. It would be nice if you would leave a like and subscribe to help my channel grow. Have a pleasant day, and remember this advice. Do not trust a single being but thyself.
So, I can't do Zoe, so my only option is,
Tyler, would you like to go on a date with me?
Are you asking for real?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
What you mean? Why not?
Don't do that.
I'm serious. Whenever you get some free time, would you like to go on a date with me?
You can't do that. On a whole live thing.
Why not? It's truth or dare.
Yeah. But we friends though.
You right.
Yeah, we friends.
You right. Alright, next one.
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another video of Blackpill 101. I am your host, Blue Man, and today we shall learn about the delusions of the average foid. Now, I do not want some ethnic cell in my comments yammering about how the women I will be showing us Stacy's. Silence thy mouth and listen to my words. These foids are barely above average. This is something that I notice a lot of deluded ethnic men. You lot have a large role in this whole mess alone. If it were not for you lot constantly putting these white average or barely average foids on a damn foot pedestal 24/7, then they maybe would know their place. And I am looking at you, Pajits, Tyrones, Ahmeds, and Chinglings. You lot have done a lot to fuel the vile machine that is a woman's ego. Now to my main point. A lot of average women tend to be just so egotistical and arrogant, as if they rule the damn world. Well, they do, as no one opposed these little wenches. Point number one. They think of themselves to be Stacy, or Stacy Light tier, when these obese bovine are clearly are not. Here are some clips to approve my point of reason.
We got one question here. Okay, we got this one. Stifler asked the ladies to rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10. We'll go around really quick. Go ahead.
What do we?
Your looks, your appearance,
Our looks.
1 to 10.
I think I'm a 10 and I think everyone's a 10.
Okay.
I'd say I'm a 10 as well. Same with everybody here on this panel.
Yeah, definitely a 10. You know, I'd call myself
My,
a good
my.
9, but-
I wonder who left the gates
but I think
unlocked at the
everybody
local
else is
farm.
so-
I never knew
perfection should
I
be
would
rated on a
see
scale,
such wildebeests.
I agree with Ashley, but everybody here is a 10.
I would say 10, and I would say everybody else here is a 10 as well.
All right. I'll do the real rankings for all of us then. All right, the plastered skank first. She already has granny tits, let alone her face is only being held up to a decent degree of being average due to the piles of makeup. Easy 3. Miss Piggy beside her is a strong 1. The elf with the red dress is 1.5. The blonde-haired egg on the right is a mere 3. Curly-haired foid is a 3 at best. The makeup addict next to her is a 1 as well. The last one is a 3.3. Good grief, these women are just unbearable. For the love of Christ, can the mophead wear a damn bra? Ugh. All of these women sicken me to the core. Such filth and low-class behavior.
I mean, in my opinion, I feel like I'm just like, yeah, sure, everyone can think they're a 10. I'm not gonna say I am right out the gate. Like, I know I'm not, like, not.
I swear, when I saw gypsies last time nearby Serbia, those women dressed more formally than any of these petulant whores do.
5.
So 100 people rank you, they give you 9.5.
I mean, that's high, but like, I feel like if everyone's gonna say, oh, everyone's a 10, and there's at least one person who's probably not gonna say that.
Okay,
then
so I
there
got
you go.
I got a question for you guys. By the way, I give myself like 6.
Shut up, Norm Fag, you're A3, as well as your looks matches in the room.
Confident, you're a 10.
It's not a confidence thing. So it's not a confidence thing.
Which may be a 9.5, when all your raters are Pajits and Tyrones.
If you're a 10 then that means there are no women who are more attractive than you. Agree or disagree?
Wait, say the question again.
If you're a 10, there might be women who are as attractive than you, but there are no women who are...
Enough, enough! I cannot bear to watch normie Gentile podcasts, or whatever the hell this is, without wanting to hang myself. All right, gentlemen, you did good. We survived watching utter brain rot. Well, here is an actual 10. Yes, clean your mind from the sad creatures you saw. You know this woman, Eva Longoria. Fine woman, is she not? Heh. This woman would be ragged on by the other norm fag-foids because they'd hate her for being better looking. Which is another thing I noticed with women. Right back to the real show. Point number 2. Dating apps power them far beyond than it should. An average man can merely hope to attain a single date if he is barely lucky. But an average foid? Oh, ha ha ha. Please, don't make me laugh. We all seen the dating app stats. Average foids might be tough with their egos, but they are far from invincible once reality wakes them up. Which is why the pink pill exists. Anyone foid watching this, know that God himself will batter you into countless fragments of broken shards that made up your already fragile little mind with the magical tool that is the pink pill. May Chad use you till the end, skank. Point number 3. These little princesses are always so damn vindictive. I swear, I have never seen attractive women behave like this. With my time, beside the rare times I did see Stacy's, they were rather sane and normal. These average hoes have the damn nerve to act all righteous. You always see these walking ovens linger and infest countless, utterly worthless protests for some stupid clout and social validation, as if they were some drug addicts. Remember, a sane society would never ever stand by the rules and tolerance of culture mixing, sodomy, porn, degenerate behaviors, drinking culture, whoredom, abortion, child predation, feminism, equal rights, drug culture, rap, and countless other society and anti-God weapons. You will see these women always be so progressive, as they think they are always so correct and intelligent that they do not take the time to consider that they might even be slightly wrong in the end. I truly find such ilk so putrid and repulsive. I guess I can say that for a majority of mankind, to be honest. Point number 4. A lot of these average women got the taste of a Chad or Chad Light once or a few times, and now they think themselves to be the next Miss Universe. Now I do slightly have a morsel of pity to these women. Imagine if you were able to get in with a Stacy. Imagine how much would that inflate your ego. That, and remove your knowledge of the Blackpill, and you would be no different than these normie foids. So I do feel a tiny bit sorry in that regard. But either way, the weak die and the strong will always thrive. And dear female viewers, you might be spared and treated like a princess by other ballless men, but with me, you will talk when talked to, as your damn mind and emotional tone always brew another problem. I would not say this if we were back 100 years, but considering the pathetic and vile world we sadly have to coexist in together, I have to take more drastic measures. So there are any women in my comments, you will be silenced by me instantly. So don't bother whining about something I won't even bother to read. After all, the main issue with women in this day and age is their ignorance and annoying arrogance. But again, if we are following the rules of the strong thrive and the weak die, then why am I concerned with foids and what they do? It is just how nature works in the end. Sometimes it is the better thing being a reborn believer, as you do not concern yourself with Gentile whores and foids who have no real future, let alone plans to become something more. To all the sub-5s and average men in my comments, it is not over. It's only unfair, as in casino unfair. You can be lucky, but still, your chances are miles lower than the pretty boy across your street. In general, women are like pets nearly to me. I talk and spend time sometimes with them, yes. But it does not mean I have any form of care about them on a deeper level. I know their nature, and same with other people in general. Well, gentlemen, it seems we have reached our time limit on the video Well, I thank you for watching my video, and of course, trust. Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Mankind's Nature 101. I am your host, Blue Man, and within today's video, I shall be talking about the limits of society. Limits, you may ask. Well, of course, I am talking about the antediluvian future we have standing firmly in front of mankind's fate. At this point, society has been going in a downward spiral for decades now. I would say around World War II was when this world went into a backwards evolution. Now you can say how mankind can maybe regenerate from this crisis the world is going through. This crisis of utter degeneracy and backward motives. I simply cannot tell if the higher-ups in the world are just stupid or are just too greedy. I think it is both, to be honest. Either way, mankind will suffer greatly for such actions of pride. But first, I want to address the biggest problems in our modern society so far. Let me settle with something small-handed, and that I can easily count as a great vessel of destruction to mankind. The porn industry. Or, I should say the Sodom industry, if I want to be more correct. The porn industry, by far, is the most destructive tool and source out of any form of social mediums and social norms. No other form of memes would ever stand close to what porn has done to the youth. The sheer amount of degenerates that were birthed through this program is simply out of order and comprehension. You might say that porn might not be the biggest issue, and it is not as far spread when only the opposite of such statement is true. It truly staggers the imagination when you look at the full picture of the sheer amount of blight that has spread. Now bear with me here. Do you know how much is 1,000 people? Well, here's an image. Can you imagine how much is 10,000? That is a horridly massive amount of people. Now imagine 1,000,000 people. Quite a lot, is it not? Now imagine 1,000,000,000. That is currently how many people watch porn on a daily basis. 1,000,000,000. Does that not strike a level of worry within you? Even then, the fact that 1,000,000,000 watch it is most likely a fib. It is more likely even more than before. It is truly scary that so many people are yoked to the porn industry. How I should say, their addiction. The worst part about this whole thing is not the fact that you begin to become more of a loser and a mentally starched addict. But it is the effect on your basic understanding of the world. Once that addiction kicks off, it is only the signing of your doom, and you just set it foot upon its eve. You start mellow and normal, but you slowly begin to degenerate and find more vile actions thrilling. Most become sodomites. Then they become more perverted before hitting rock bottom. Now you may ask, what is rock bottom? Well, it is easy to explain. Your mind becomes a vessel of self-destruction for that climax your second head is pleading for. Not just that, but in general, you become vile. You begin to see things in a more pleasing manner when you have not before, such as sodomy, which means unorthodox intercourse. It could be more severe, from oral to taking a woman from her back door. Some might find this normal, but I ask them, were those perverse acts normal to you because of the things you watched as a pre-teen and due to the perverted social norms? Not just that, but by far the worst cases you get from the addictions are these people. Transvestites, sodomites, race traitors, zoophiles, and pedophiles. There is something that all of them share: perverting or converting another to their way. You can easily read about this on different stories these creatures tend to share. Watch one of those pride rallies, and you can ask them at what age have they found who they are and what age they have had their first time with another. All of them had it young. All of them were victims of neglect, sexual abuse, or addiction. The last two being the biggest causes. Do not even bother to argue within the comments about this. History is my ally, and reality is my shield. They will prove me correct. If not I, them. Let me ask you this. How come within sodomites, which I will add in the rest with them, are always the most violent and perverted? How come they always target the youth? We have countless cases of these occurrences. Is that not rather odd? The people who always defend this broken lot always come with this excuse. It is genetic. No, it simply is not. If there is a gay gene, then please, enlighten me, will you, Soya Doctor? Where is that gene in the human body? As far as I know, that fact about sodomites are born this way is a lie made within the 60s, as many other vile, perverted advancements were made. Not just that, but even children react ill to these people. Now I cannot find the resources for this case, but if you look hard enough, you will find it. It is one where they had babies react to a normal couple kissing. A man and woman. The children were mostly neutral or happy, as that most likely reminded them of their complete families back home. When they showed the sodomites kissing two men, it had brought disgust or sadness into the children. Is that not rather odd? Literal babies can sense something unnatural. Not even, but the simple mere fact that both two men and two women cannot create offspring. Do not even bother to say that you can have it any other. Just silence yourself already. The trannies are just like sodomites, most likely created out of neglect and sexual abuse. A lot of these recent ones were groomed by the rallies and different schools. Then we have the race traitors. They are simply not natural. They are not meant to happen, but the greedy globalists forced it to happen. Sometimes you have to think about this simple quote. Have you ever considered if whether or not you could, you didn't stop to think if you should? Race mixing only ever leads to more issues. Breakdown of culture and legacies. Also, God dislikes it too. Ever read about the Tower of Babel? How God spread them out after they all conjoined their differences and tongues. We have natural boundaries and differences for a reason. It would be wise to not cross them either. Even then, don't fool yourself into thinking you will become the next father to a Jeremy Meeks. He was simply an error. As are your actions if you plan to betray your ilk. Just because the modern society is doomed, it doesn't warrant your attendance to the destruction. Either way, I do not care for your actions. Do what you will. But when you set foot upon the court of judgment, don't beg for mercy from our Creator. You had countless years and chances, And the only one who set themselves towards the pit was yourself. Now to the last two and the most evil of the bunch. I will simply call them Zips, short for zoophile and pedophile. These two are just sodomites who have truly hit the most rock bottom of the barrel. We all hate them, and so does God too. But there are a countless lot of them within the social groups of furries, LGBTQ race mixers, and porn addicts. I have a lot of evidence to back up my claims. Simply look at porn stats for the most popular tags of different groups, and if we look at the sodomites... Oh, and look what we have here. We seem to have some lines and dots connecting already. Not even that. The sheer amount of zips within the sodomites and furries is unreal. A majority of them are just that. Threats to society. Look at the crisis the furry groups are in 24/7. There is always another well-known furry artist or whatever turning out to be a zip of some kind. Let alone, they draw a lot of disgusting art that everyone knows about, but ignores it, instead of making a scene and getting rid of these vile people. Not just that, but one of the main reasons why I bring in race, mixing into this too, is due to the new and recent Roblox scandals. A majority of the grooming gangs on them are all this black worship nonsense. Watch those videos these people made about them every damn time. Here, I will add on more video links and posts to back up my claims. It is simply indisputable.
Age ranges in the groups?
About 15 to 18.
Were they sending the young shit in the groups too?
Yes, some of them.
So how old were they?
About 5 to 10.
All right. Were any of the groups that you had to like put into yourself? Like if you got to be in this group, you got to send something in there or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay. So
That's why I got out of those quickly.
Okay.
Because I don't have no, like I said, I have no like chop.
Right.
Why would I?
When's the last time you opened up one of those mega links?
2 days ago.
2 days ago. Okay, so you're not currently, you don't have any saved on there, but you've opened it up on that phone before.
Yes.
Okay. I gotta ask, man, when did this kind of stuff all start for you? Like,
ever since I was 15.
What happened?
When I was younger.
Okay.
I was just trying to see if I was gay or not. Ever since then.
Yeah. So you started to notice kind of an attraction when you were 15 to minors?
Yes.
Okay. What ages were you attracted to when you were 15?
13.
13. So that you kind of got older, that stayed the same?
Yes.
That makes sense. I'm sorry, man, that's terrible. Nobody should ever go through that. So let me ask. You mentioned on the phone to Tommy. Who do you live with at home, first of all?
My aunt.
Okay, who else?
That's it. It's just her and her husband.
Okay. You mentioned...
And my little brother.
Okay.
But I don't have... He went back to live with his mom.
When was
Mom
that?
got clean. About 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago? All right. So there was talk on the phone about something with Tommy asking you, like something about that goes on with you and your brother. What kind of is the deal with that?
Me and my brother don't do anything. It's me and my cousin.
Oh, your cousin that
But
does?
He only wants me to scratch his back and other places.
Okay. How's your cousin?
He's 11.
He's 11. Okay. Is your cousin kind of, because you know, people can hit puberty like 8, 9 years old, a 3 or 4 year old. Okay. What about, is there videos of like toddlers and adults?
One of them, yes.
What happened in that video?
The adult put his little kid.
Was it the kid a boy or a girl?
Boy.
Boy? Where do you...
In his...
All right. What race did the adult look like?
He looked black.
Okay. What race was the kid?
White.
Wow, we hit the mother load.
Giantness?
Giantess. Remember when that Roblox intern was caught playing the Giantess game?
Oh my yes.
Their role was changed from intern to former intern. Add me to
They-
fart on me, girls only. Add me, I gotta let such a big one
Wait,
leap out.
wait. Oh my god!
Whoa, whoa.
Why does the other song like the legs are uneven? That bothers me so much.
You think the fat asses that make this care?
Whoa, there it is.
Fucking amazing.
Whoa, holy fuck.
Whoa. Hack report.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a definitely a condo server thing.
Take that.
Oh.
Sus.
Wait, look at the chat. Look at the chat. I need boy to do sus.
ABC did what? I'm in the bathroom. Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, it's one of these bathroom games.
Oh, what is going on in there?
Wait.
What the fuck? Why are you streaming?
They might hire you, buddy. Get a job.
Would be paying you. This guy's my paycheck.
Wait, 150 Robux per 2 hours? That's 75 cents an hour.
If you love your job, then the pay doesn't matter, you know?
Look at how many members there are. There's 12,000.
Oh my god.
12,000. Go to the member list and just click forward as many pages as you can. And you can see, it never ends. It keeps going. It's all add me for big bowl, sub toy, BWC, bowl for bunnies, dominant bowl, the black. Whoa,
Oh god.
look at the friends list.
Oh my god.
Black Sea BBC.
He's got like the entire prison bus on his foot.
There is a community of people who make groups that are disguised as virtual clothing stores. And they choose this disguise because they're trying to attract the highest concentration of little girls as possible. When a little girl joins one of these groups, she is immediately bombarded with friend requests from predators. If she accepts them, she will immediately be spammed with messages where these predators will try to groom them. They usually do this by trying to initiate erotic roleplay sessions, by introducing them to weird fetishes, or even in some cases by inviting them to play condo games. They do this because not only are they pedophiles, but they're also horrifying porn addicts. These people are in what I like to refer to as late stage porn addiction. They have gone so far down the rabbit hole that the only thing that can truly get them off at this point is spreading their habits to other people. And who is the easiest demographic to spread an addiction to? Children have poor impulse control and underdeveloped brains that lack the governance to prevent themselves from developing addictions in the way that most adults do. And these predators know this and they take advantage of this. There's an acronym for this. It's called EPI, which stands for Early Indoctrination. This is honestly the single greatest threat to Roblox's users that I've ever seen in my entire 15 years on this platform. These children are developing addictions at a very young age, and it's happening in mass. There are hundreds, potentially thousands of these groups on Roblox, each with thousands of members. Once a child has been indoctrinated into these weird fetishes, the groups that they join become more and more obvious. You can see the pipeline. The original username on this account was Innocent, and then they changed it to Black New World Order Me. And the first groups that they were in were normal until eventually they got into the fetish groups, and now they're just in the most blatant ERP groups. One of my followers tried joining these groups, and immediately someone messages them trying to roleplay with them and tries to do like a obsessed fetish thing, and then says that they're open to poop fetishes and pee fetishes. I've done everything in my power to try to stop this. I posted 50 different accounts, and you could tell just by looking at them exactly what they are. I'll open a bunch of these and show you guys. All of these accounts had descriptions that talked about porn and sex and fetishes. This account is named Black White Boy. It says whore in the favorites. They're in groups with race play fetish symbolism. And if you open these groups, you'll see that this is where all of these people come from. Making race traders. Black Queen. The avatar is wearing an item with a company logo on it. This profile had a user description that was so obviously sexually inappropriate, and rather than deleting managing the account, a moderator went through and cleared the description, making it harder for other more responsible moderators to identify this account. There was a Roblox developer named Andrew Wicker, who was confirmed to not just be a pedophile, but a child player. There was a Roblox account that was discovered through the message leaks with Orion Grant Passmore that Andrew linked. The past usernames said things like cow for black loads, and a moderator saw that, went to his profile, and instead of banning him, removed the previous usernames. They're going through and they're clearing data that could be useful to a moderator that actually makes the decision to delete the profile. 10-inch monster, 7 joy, and it's got the cum splatter on the face. Lily, look at this avatar. I don't even know if I could show this on YouTube. It's exactly what Roblox claims to filter out on their For Parents page.
An automated detection feature ensures that all players are wearing appropriate attire within the avatar editor and avatar thumbnails.
They are being sued for this. This exact line is quoted in a lawsuit against Roblox, and they still haven't banned these accounts. ABDL lover. You know what ABDL stands for? Let's do a quick Google search on ABDL. Paraphilic infantilism, also known as adult baby diaper lover. These people are pedophiles. Look at this. Hello there. Hi. How are you? Great. Nice. Maybe do a fart/heat roleplay? Moderators are not doing their job. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I think a lot of the reason why is because they don't have the expertise that we do. These moderators have not been a part of Roblox as long as most of my viewers have. And so they're not competent enough. Take a look at Roblox's board of trust and safety. Look at these people. Look at how fucking old some of these people are. Do you think Saul Goodman over here understands what a condo is? Do you think Mr. Michael Rich over here knows what I Heart BBC means? He probably thinks it means the British Broadcasting Channel. These guys are not up to date on all of the lingo that the kids are.
There are just too many dots and line that line up perfectly. But this is where all of this ties back up. Back to the porn industry and perversion. They are all linked to zips in one way or another, and are always leading to destruction of the youth. Before I go, I want to tell you what will the next week's Mankind's Nature episode be about. It will be an exposing video on Mari Mari, another Jesuit slave heretic. I will use the Lord's will and word to prove to you all that he is nothing but a perverted, greedy old man, most likely a zip too. Besides that, I hope you enjoyed my lovely new upgrades, They are quite nice, are they not? Some red velvet curtains and a new digital whiteboard. I thank you, my dear viewers, for watching my videos. I know this video was rather heavy, but it was an important one. This is part of this Society Destroyer's arc, and yet it is the most important. Also, I do not want any anti-God zigots in my comments, so no pro-progressive ideals. We are pro-mankind, not pro-Satan. Either way, I thank you for watching my video. And remember, trust no one but thyself. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video of Mankind's Nature 101. Within today's video, we shall be learning about the destroyers of society. Last week, we covered the sodomites and porn industry. And in this week, we shall be covering the mental health industry. There is so much to talk about when it comes to the mental health industry. This one is a close contender against the porn industry, if not even worse. Let's start with part 1 of the video. Part 1. The side effects of the most common drugs given out to the mentally hurt. Now, I do not disapprove of all medication, as there are some people who do need it to live normally, such as people with schizophrenia and other severe illnesses which run on a more deeper chord down to the genetic level. But those people aren't the majority of the population. Let us talk about the real issue when it comes to mental health industries and pharmacies, and that is the issues of autism, depression, anxiety, and the solutions that society gives to fix such issues. Let's start with autism. Autism is a big issue when it comes down to how it is handled in modern society. Most people act like they care, when in reality they only treat those who are born with such minds as lesser and more childlike in nature. Besides that, let's look at the medications passed to the autistic. The first being SSRIs and tricyclics, which are both forms of antidepressants. Now the part that concerns me is the fact that they still use tricyclics. Tricyclics is a medication that was made during the 60s and is a rather outdated form of medication. Like that even matters when the modern variant they use is SSRIs, which is no better. Both are nothing but lobotomy devices. Both of them will only cripple the mental state of a mentally ill person, or impaired even further. More about SSRI, as they are the most used and modern medication used for a variety of mental issues such as depression, autism, anxiety, ADHD, ADD, BPD, and many other mental illnesses. Now, to make it clear, SSRI stands for Selective Serotonin Reuptake Inhibitor. It is not a medication, but a family of different variants of medication. Here, I will list them all. Citalopram, duloxetine, escitalopram, fluoxetine, fluvoxamine, paroxetine, sertraline, and vortioxetine. Now, the most popular of the bunch are these three. Sertraline, which is called Zoloft. Escitalopram, which is called Lexapro, and fluoxetine, which is called Prozac. These three are the most common when it comes to being prescribed to patients. Now this is where the massive issue arises. All of these medications are awfully destructive to the human brain and mind itself. Most of these medications are made to build addiction, not to actually save or help you. There is no magic drug to cure your depression or social issues. It is all to do with how you cope. Most of these drugs will limit the user's mind and basic thinking. There is a reason why people distrust these sorts of drugs. They are made to cripple your will to think and do as you will. You might ask, how can you cope without the medication? I say, you just have to keep trying. You are better off suffering the depression than becoming a zombie. The more interesting part about depression, too, is the suicide. There is a big correlation between the SSRI meds and attempted suicides. The thing about these medications is that they are meant to make someone not depressed. It is why serotonin is used so much in these drugs. After all, serotonin is the happiness hormone. So in theory, if you give medication that brings serotonin out more in a depressed brain, it will fix the person, right? No, it won't. Mankind is more complex than that. Just because the body is filled with falsely induced hormones that do not belong at such time will only delude and confuse the depressed person's mind. About that, it reminds me of something else that I mentioned in my last video about society destroyers. Porn addiction. I ask you viewers, what does masturbation do to the human mind? It releases dopamine and serotonin to the brain after ejaculation. But if you get addicted and keep doing it again and again, what does it do to you? It numbs the pleasure and your mind. It is why porn addictions are so dangerous. It can easily cripple one's dopamine and many other receptors. Which leads back to my main point here. If a porn addiction can easily cripple your basic thoughts and feelings, imagine what SSRIs can do to your brain. There is a reason why there are so many reports of patients becoming completely different after being put on the drugs. Some end up killing themselves. Some become unstable and commit violence. Some end up becoming zombies. And most, shadows of their former selves. These medications are no simple drugs. They literally reconstruct the natural pathways of your brain's chemical makeup. This is why it is so dangerous. But of course, society and its masters don't care. These medications are handed to the blind to put more control on them and make them fit back in their rightful place as a societal slave. That and these drugs make a disgusting amount of money. Do you really think these people at the top will stop at COVID-19? Those vaccines permitted cancer growth by 10-folds in people, let alone creating countless new issues. Which only makes me think more. What else will the higher-ups that fund the medical industries will do next? What sort of awful drugs or new societal memes will they enforce onto the masses? Now, I will put on a slideshow quickly, showing all the evidence to my points in part 1. We will shortly move on to part 2. Part 2. Medically induced violence. The most violent mass murders and in general killings in America were never due to lack of therapy or anything of that sort. Don't be naive now. Most of these shooters were already dealt a bad hand in life, not being neurotypical enough to fit in with everyone else, which only led to their isolation and disregard by everyone. We all know why these shootings happened. All of those killers were already on their last stands mentally and spiritually, and the SSRIs only pushed them right past the limit. Do you not find it odd how most of the shooters had some medical history of using these medications during or on a routine before their killings? It is odd, is it not? This only proves that SSRIs are not only a form of control, but a tool to test people and their limits. Another key detail. Blackpill shooters had the hardest SRIs. It is rather shameful how people treat these cases. Instead of understanding the true root problem, they resort to targeting the person as an enemy, even if the so-called enemy is dead. I do not even consider these types of mass killings as actual killings, but instead as homicides. I truly pity all that become victims to such events. But I can only blame the higher-ups. They know what we do and think. Then how come they don't interfere? I will tell you why. Division and conquering. They do not care one bit about the average people's struggle, let alone the majority of lives. Now, let us move to Part 3. Part 3. What can you do? And how can you live a normal life? This, sadly, is where the hardest revelations come in. Your life is mostly based off your genetics. The better you look, sound, think, and behave, the easier and the more enjoyable life you will get. But if you are an average person with nothing to fall back on, your life will become miles more harder than one's life who has all the luck. But these awful odds shouldn't yoke you to resignment. You have the reins in your own life, your own will. If you want true and complete control over your own self, then achieve proper self-awareness. Learn to mature and understand your feelings. There are some things that are unavoidable, such as loss, loneliness, rage, and despair, but there is something about them that you can do. You can easily learn to handle them in a way more controlled manner than you once did. Even if you are a sub-5 and it is truly over for you, you can still benefit deeply from self-control and trust. There is a big difference between pride and self-assurance. Pride and ego is an important part of you, but you should never allow them to be your main trait. But do not be spineless and timid to confront the roots of your problems in life, or the people who want to rend your will apart and leave you hamstrung. I know a majority of men's issues, considering that men are the only people who are watching my videos currently. I will address their issues only. A majority of men are likely living a fabricated sense of reality, whilst a few live through a disenchanted lens. The issue with most men is that we are born and made to suffer, serve, and die for nothing. We are given false hopes to string our will upon, when in reality, it is but a lie that the higher-ups have made to deceive us. If one is to keep living, then there are times where we must talk like this. Most people expect men to just simply move on in life and always stay strong without the basic needs to live. And when men lose hope, they lose their will when they find out that there was no path to walk in life. which only leaves all the self-aware men with compunction for their ruse and woes. It's a hard thing to wake up to find out all of your tribulations meant nothing in the end, which only leaves a majority of us ineffectual. And when we are in such a state of disillusionment, we all get blamed for being lazy and stupid, when in reality, we have nothing else to hold on to or to fight for. But the least we can do is to keep living. Even if there is no light at the end of the bitter road, we can always at least know we struggled for our own will and meaning. There is light, and that light is God. But even He won't make your life easier. He will only make you suffer all the more. But the end will be worth it. You might ask, what do I do if I'm a virgin? What do I do if I have no friends or a proper life? If I'm honest, I do not know either. You can always try to do something in life, talk with people and all that. But it is all down to chance. So much of mankind has become perverted and moronic that you are better off being alone at this point. But if you find something worth living for, I'm glad you did. But if you have nothing to live for, read the King James Bible. But only once you truly reached your wit's end. I have a channel in my pinned comment. His name is Brother Brian. He is a trustable source, but the truest form of trust and pure knowledge is the Word of God Himself. This video was rather heavy, was it not? But I thank you for watching it. Farewell, and have a pleasant day. And remember, don't trust anyone but thyself.
Hey, Elliot Roger here. I'm up in the hills in Montecito right now. It's truly a beautiful day. But, as I've always said, a beautiful environment, it is the darkest hell if you have to experience it all alone.
You know, it's not the case. You know, you can go out as much as you want, and you know, you're not guaranteed success in anything in life. You're not guaranteed shit. You're not, you know, quote unquote entitled to anything. And you know,
I'm polite. I'm the ultimate gentleman. And yet, you girls, you never give me a chance.
We need to undo and unplug from all the societal lies that we've been told about women, dating, attraction. We gotta unplug from all this shit and look at the truth bare bones.
We often get told that we are in charge of our future and that we need to work hard. There is this obsession with hard work, not only on the internet but in society in general. Especially men are told this lie. Oh, you can achieve your dreams only through hard work. Guys, I am here to tell you that hard work is extremely overrated.
Anything is possible. Never give up. God's got a plan for you.
And then it's like, I'm really just still a small fry in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't mean anything, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything. And I guess I just, like, I have this, like, weird compulsion. I have this thing where I need everyone to love me and think that I'm awesome all the time. And if I get even the, you know, the slightest hint that they don't feel that way, I just feel like shit and I start to hate myself.
because it's unfortunately it's like what I kind of have to do, you know. I realized, obviously, I mean, I've known this for a long time. I don't really know, you know, why I keep trying for these things, because I put myself in these situations I know the outcomes of. You know, I know people are gonna laugh at me, and I know, like, if I go to, like, a fucking, like, even the bar recently, like, just all this shit, I know the outcomes.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about how sad and unfair my life has been. All because girls haven't been attracted to me.
Is that when it comes to women do not care about your confidence. Women do not care about your personality. Women do not care about being nice, you know, just showing her that you're the man for her, and you know, working for her time. Women don't care about this shit.
It's like right now I'm in my car, and sometimes I don't even feel like shit's real, you know, like it just feels, life is so underwhelming to me. Like it's so like, is this it? Is this really my life? This is it.
There are snakes and fake people everywhere, man. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've been let down. You know, it's more than normal people, for sure. I've been let down, disappointed, you know, by something like being told like, oh bro, you want to do this, and then it just not happening, or somebody promising me something, or something that I'm looking forward to that just completely gets canceled. You know, and it sucks. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about.
And every single day, I have to be insulted by the sight of all these lesser men walking around with beautiful girls. I see so many couples where the guy is just so unworthy of having a beautiful girlfriend like that, and yet they're together. He has her love, and I've never had any of that love and affection from girls. Why do you girls give those guys a chance, but not me? I deserve it more.
You know, I've just been desperately trying to find a hobby or just something to take my mind off of things, and it's kind of funny because the opposite is happening. Like, I'm so depressed, I can't play video games, I can't watch TV, I can't do really anything. You know, it's kind of ironic, but yeah, this summer is just hell.
It's not fair. Every single day I have to be insulted by the sight of guys enjoying girls while I'm all alone. Even watching that sunset up there is a bittersweet experience, because while I love the peaceful beauty of it, I can't help but think of all the other guys who get to enjoy that same sunset with a beautiful girlfriend at their side, while I'm sitting here all alone in my car. There's no beautiful girl in that passenger seat to enjoy it with me.
You know, and then his life was over. Like 12, what was that, like 12 years? Like 35, I'm 23. 12 years ago felt like yesterday. You know, that's just how short life is. You know, it's just brutal to just watch this guy, you know, I was just like thinking like, damn, you know, it was really depressing, you know. And it's crazy how life can just, you know, that's it. You know, like I've seen it happen, you know, in my high school. I mean, even, you know, that Titanic sub, that shit must have been crazy. You know, if you guys remember that, the thing I remember watching the, what is it, like they made like a animation of it, and that shit was like terrifying. Like it's just, the whole thing just compressed inwards, and they said that like within milliseconds, that was it. Just psh, like nothing. They were gone. Like just literally nothing. No bones, they just exploded. And that's just life, you know, like 1 minute you're here, 1 minute you're not. And that's just a scary thought, you know, like what have I ever even done in life? What have I even done? You know? Like I'm here now. I don't want to like get like emotional, but you know, like I'm here now, and like I ask myself, like, what do I even like want now? You know, like what would actually like fulfill me and like, you know, make me happy? I don't know. You know? But yeah, it's gonna be a new journey, and I guess that's pretty much it for now.